Even if 1:30 didn't quite pass like I come to fruition like I hoped it would. But I am here now. We'll give it a little bit in case people can join us. I will not have a count how people are joining us. One second here. I made a mistake that I can correct. Alright, now I should be able to see chat from everywhere. If anyone's watching, why is... Alright, it's ready to display messages, and I have the black line again halfway across the camera. That is a problem, because that is... The only thing the same is the camera. Crap, that sucks for me. Hey, how are ya? I need you to put your name after it if you're watching from Catskill Appalachian Facebook, because if you don't sign up with the Restream app through there, I can't tell what your name is. So, thank you whoever said hello buddy back to you. I assume it's probably Brendan, but I really don't know. Because for me, you just come across as Facebook user. So that's why I can't tell. Anyway, to make a long story short, I was hoping to just get a couple of tires repaired. Instead, I ended up having to get a set of 4 new tires for my expedition. What does that say? Something, hey, how are you? Whoever you are, hello. This is the Dobbin House. Right here's the sign, Dobbin House Restaurant and Tavern. We'll come back. This is part of the bed and breakfast associated with it right here on the other side. A place you can... Hold on a moment here. But this is the Dobbin House. It's the oldest building in Gettysburg. The Reverend Dobbin built it. He and his family had quite a few children. More than we would normally realize today. I don't know too much about paranormal activity. I believe that they do have some things to get moved around. They also does have, though, a spot for the Underground Railroad, which I believe is towards the upper left portion, where you see the seat and door, the red door to the upper left. Also in that portion is where, at nighttime, one of the lights over here, we'll just turn just a little bit, one of those 2 lights will shine light, and the upper left portion, just above where the seat is, will shine a shadow, and it looks like a silhouette. Hold on a second. A silhouette of the head of Abraham Lincoln. And this house was built well before he was born even. This is currently what they have here. It's not very busy. To accommodate the extra dining. And they have another sign right here. Let's go on down here. There's more of a placard, which I'll read off of. Again, feel free to let me know you're here. I'm glad to see that it is working with Facebook from Catskill Appalachian. Hello.
Hello. Oh, they're higher.
The Dobbin House was built in 1776 by the Reverend Alexander Dobbin. And for some 25 years, it was one of the first classical schools west of the Susquehanna River. It's now a museum refurnished in keeping with the earlier period. That is true, also fine dining inside. Let's see if we can get this okay. I am trying something different. I have my wide angle lens there, so I'm going to have to back up a little bit. Let's see if we can... Hopefully you can read it. Hey, Dave Woods, how are you? Just like Dave done, you need to put your name there. Thank you, whoever just made the comment, but I don't know who you are, so please put your name again afterwards. unless you're going to sign up for Restream, the app as part of here. That would also help me out a great deal. The other picture is a view from Cemetery Ridge, about 1880. The Dobbin House, I can't read the one thing, and barn are now located to the left. Located to the left of the image on the upper portion. One second here, there we go. Dobbin House and barn are to the left. We now come over here. Here we go. Dobbin House, about 1913. And over here, Dobbin House, about 1950. All right. Let's move on down the road here. If you're still watching Dave Woods, this will be a familiar walk for you. We're going to go around the corner here. Hello, so you get to see me again. There we go. We're clear. I don't want to get in trouble here. We get hit by a car. Feel free to leave a comment. I'm able to see comments and acknowledge them now. But I don't know who you are if you don't put your name on it, especially if you're watching from Catskill, Appalachian on Facebook. Please put your name on a comment. It's fairly quiet tonight. That's O'Rourke's. Hello.
Well, that could be a camera kind of like a little bit, almost like, you know, we use like in TV, couldn't it?
Pretty much, yeah. This is just below pretty much professional standards.
Just below it?
Mm-hmm.
Some of the big ones, they still use a little bit. The old ones, like the 70s. I would like to work in radio or TV, but I would like to work with old equipment of the 80s and 70s because I like that everything was heavy duty. They were early computers, reel-to-reel videotape, audio tape, film, projectors, old transmitters, vacuum tube kind, regular VHF, UHF transmitters over the air. Your television set was the receiver, regular things like that. I would like to go back to all that. You aren't going to find that if I got into TV or radio now, are you?
No, it's going to be modern with everything high definition. This has no tape to it, obviously. I have a card in there to record off of, and I'm able to stream live, which I'm doing right now as well.
And the same with all the screens. I like regular picture tube TVs, CRT, the solid state ones with the picture tube and the old tube kind too, with the regular tuner dials, the control room production studio, and then regular turntables, the real audio tape, I guess some VCRs and Beta, all the kind of stuff they use for production. The old lighting, this lighting, like everywhere, I don't like LED.
Sure.
I like regular fluorescent tubes and regular mercury vapor and outdoor and street lights to give the light of the moon that had a ballast. I used to not like pressure sodium because they were orange, but now I like them because I don't like LED. Just regular incandescent bulbs in the hut. All in TVs before the days of LED. Just regular white. I'm not even going to find that anymore, am I?
No, not real. Not in any kind of real studio, no.
Only in other countries maybe still,
And probably third world type thing. It's any kind of budget you can afford the LED lights. They're not that expensive anymore.
Really? But some people kind of don't like the light and they're going back to fluorescent. In some cases, indoor lighting. Some people are going back to fluorescent.
Home Depot still does sell actually some incandescent lights. They're at the bottom of the shelf, but they are there. But obviously it's LED predominantly.
But for outdoor lighting, some street lights, parking lots, some people are staying with the mercury vapor.
These are probably LCD. The town I live in is LCD lights, new LCD lights.
Is it?
Yeah. And I'm sure here, these, I don't know, these could actually be old because this is Gettysburg. They might keep with the old time if a town doesn't care.
And you go through some towns and they still have the regular incandescent clear bulbs, real old-fashioned street lights from the 30s, don't they? The clear bulbs in them, don't they?
Some do.
The small base they were then. They weren't then the bigger street lights like this. In the 50s had the big base, regular incandescent, 200 or 300 watt, weren't they? And the big tall ones on streets like the big base in the 50s and all. In the 60s, the regular incandescent, but then the small ones, the small base, like 150, 200 watt bulbs or 100 watt bulbs, just the clear regular incandescent. The historical society in that town wants to keep them that way. You've been through these small towns and seen that, haven't you?
I haven't been to many small towns. I can't say that I have. So I haven't.
I've kind of been through some and I still see those.
Well, that's good.
Yeah.
I got to run. Sorry, man. Nice talking to you.
Yeah.
All right, we're coming back down through here. If anyone's watching again, please feel free to leave a comment. Some of the businesses in through here. We'll get some of them as we come across. But you can see what we have here nowadays, currently. Sorry about that. As we go across, a couple different businesses right here. Again, if you're watching, feel free to make a comment. We're going to come to our next stop momentarily, the Lower Up House. Also, sorry about this delay. Stop there. Maybe I shouldn't have stopped there, but that's me. A decent guy. Well, it's sort of interesting. Gettysburg first municipal water supply. You can see a little bit right here. Actually, it's still frozen down there, it looks like. And here we go with the Rupp House. This is located on Baltimore Street at 451. This house, I actually saw fighting from one end of the house to the other. They were shooting at each other. The owner stayed back. He sent his family away. He stayed in the basement. And also you can see right here there was a tannery as well, located back behind the property. So kind of imagine a tannery back there. Might be a little hard. Light looks a little rough right now, unfortunately. And in the middle there, they have steps now. That's where the entrance was to the basement at one time. But you had fighting at this building from one end to the other, shooting at each other, the Union Confederate. It was supposed to be like Swiss cheese, from what I understand, back in the day. Don't know too much about ghost stories, unfortunately, here. I wish I did. Our next one, I certainly will have a ghost story or two. As the next stop is the Farnsworth House. Again, if you're here, feel free to leave a comment, say hello. If you do, please put your name with it, because I cannot tell who you are otherwise. Part of the property of the there's a cool house that dates back to the time. Something from CPI. Alright, hello, whoever. I can't tell who it was, so sorry about that. There's obviously today it's an ice cream shop, but back in the day you had this house right here, and there was another one just like it right through here where the field is, or park is. One of the stories we have in that house I just showed you, actually, we got an EVP as a teacher, and about Joshua Chamberlain. And it turned out there was a teacher at that house that lived there for a while. And this is, of course, the Farnsworth house. So I'm going to back the camera up a little bit. This is the Farnsworth house. We'll take it up. It was named after a general, not the family that lived there, actually. You had fighting up there. Confederates occupied the attic and were actually shooting out over towards the Jenny Wade house from here. Supposedly a shot that took out Jenny Wade, supposedly came from here. I'm a little skeptical of that. It'd be a hell of a shot. As the Jenny Wade house, we're going to have to zoom in to get there. And I don't know you'll be able to see it still. It's on the other side of the hotel. Whoops, there we go. Just on the other side of the end of 1863. That little building. Oh, wait, we freeze the camera. Roughly where that light is, right in the middle there. Just beyond it's the Jenny Wade house. It would take an incredible shot. You gotta give him credit for trying, though, and saying this is the place it originated from, because I would do the same thing too, for the historical fact, and get people to come to your place. All right, we got a couple places up here we're going to check out. I'll probably walk back on the other side of the street so you can see the town on the other side. Again, it's kind of slow tonight. Also with the COVID. And of course, I have another ghost story or two coming up, especially at the next stop. Actually, in a little bit, they're right next to each other. The other one, the one above we'll come to first, is not the one I thought we would come to first. Actually, one of the cool places that doesn't really mention too much about ghost stories is the Shriver house, which is right here. Supposedly, they don't talk too much about ghost stories there, but the father of the house, Mr. Shriver, he took and went to battle, and unfortunately he died. And in the basement there was a a bar, and also a 10-pin alley, which we now call obviously a bowling alley. We'll check out the marker here, as there is a historical marker. Hopefully you can zoom in and check it out and pause it if you want. All right. We're going to move on. That's a cool place, a museum to check out. Love your historic stories. Thank you. Thank you, whoever that was. I missed the name, so thank you. I can't say who you are because I missed the name. We now come to the Tilly Pierce house, which is the next stop. Of course, a long ways from the other one. This will be our most point as well, this direction. First, let's start from right here. There's a picture of Tilly Pierce. She was an author. She wrote a book on her time in the battle. She also took in, she and I think two cousins were sent outside of town. They ended up, to try to get away from the battle, they ended up getting more into the battle. And this house is obviously where she lived. You got cool flickering light there, and the light there. Okay, do I have a story or two for the Tilly Pierce? Yes, I do. Unfortunately, I had a chance to investigate it, and I didn't. One of my biggest mistakes in the paranormal world I've had. One of the groups I'm affiliated with, which I haven't said too much about, is the Mason-Dixon Paranormal Society. And before my time with them, they did a guest investigation of this place. It's a bed and breakfast now. But they were there, and an investigator got pushed, and they also checked out tapping on the window. Well, they checked out the tapping on the window. Of course, as you can see right here, we're going to turn this a little bit. You can see that the tree does not come close to hitting any of the glass. It does not come close to hitting the glass. But anyway, of course the tree does not reach. And they heard the tapping sound on an EVP and a whoa type sound as well come across. So that was really cool on evidence gathered there at the Tilly Pierce house. All right, we're going to wander on down now. The other direction. I'm going to cross the way and make people stop. It's clear, so that's good. We're not going to see me get hit by a car this time. That would make for an interesting video, though, I must say. Of the Shriver house when it comes in. Come on. When it comes in, I gotta figure out my problem is with the camera. Hopefully I can fix that. So I do not like that line showing up. And there's the Tilly Pierce house. And most of the houses that you hear about in the stories are actually in a very small area. Very few of them are outside of this part of town. Again, feel free to leave a comment. Thank you. If you do, especially if you can, leave your name with it, because on Casco Appalachian Facebook group, unless you sign up with Restream, I can't tell who made the comment. I can address the comment, but I can't say who. Excuse me, I cannot acknowledge who, because I do not know who it is. And this is just meant as a very brief walk, really, because I know people don't want to hear a whole tour. Plus, I used to run a tour operation, but I never actually did the tour. I never studied it. I only knew some of it because I took the tour a lot. Here's the Farnsworth House. And what I would do to test people, I would do the best I could to get in the way and try to distract them. And if they could pass my test, they'll be good for guests. That's for sure. And that's why I did it. I do not want to publicize the ice cream shop more than I have to, but if you saw it going the other way, you did. I have my reasons, is all I will say about that. Otherwise, I would have videoed it going the other way. That particular shop, anyway. Here's the Rupp House now, coming into view. By. It's right along the road, so we'll shoot it even though I really wasn't going to. Here's the Brick House Inn. It's a B&B. I do not know too much about ghost stories with it. Just a nice place. The woman seemed like a good person, decent person. In my one tour contacts with her or so. And that's what matters most of all for me, whether I'm going to show something in that regards for a business. Again, it's the Brick House Inn. We now go up. We have a touch of modern. Now we have the 1863 Inn of Gettysburg. What a historical building that certainly would be. We had a good question come up once on a tour. Someone asked about the hotels being there. And he goes, our manager at the time goes, well, of course, they fought during the daytime. It's where they slept at night. A great answer. But could there be another reason why I would stop and show? Well, we'll go on, keep going. I'm not trying to catch the woman right there. That's not the goal. Would there be another reason, maybe, why I would stop at the 1863? This also is a former Holiday Inn. That's why you see the number of floors on it. It has about 5 floors. Like I said, it has about 5 floors. I believe it was built somewhere around probably around the 60s, late 50s, 60s, early 70s. I'm not sure when, unfortunately. But certainly not 1863. Now, back, there was a rumor on the 3rd and the 5th floors. Go up again. It involves a cleaning person. A woman was vacuuming in one room, and the vacuum cleaner, of course, the plug got removed from the socket, or from the wall, and she was frustrated, having a bad day, and she kind of was abrupt in how she addressed a possible entity, and the entity then took and messed up the whole room. So she came back later, and she had to clean the whole room. Then she also took and apologized to the entity in regards to her behavior with it, said she was having a bad day. Of course, that's on the 3rd and the 5th floors of the inn of 1863. That's the only story I know about the inn of 1863. We do have a special little thing at the end. Has nothing to do with hauntings. Well, maybe there won't be much to see, but we'll see what we can see. Because there wasn't a fire after a car accident. There's still something to see, even if it's empty. Our last haunted stop is the Jenny Wade House, museum and gift shop. Of course, this is the house that Jenny Wade lived in and was shot. Now, mind you, obviously the hotel's not here. On the side there is the door. We'll get a shot of it a little bit here, I think we can. Nice Mustang, though. That's where the shot came through. Alleged shot came through. That took out Jenny Wade. And it came from the Farnsworth house, which, with all the signs, is very hard to see. In fact, I'm not going to bother trying to point it out because I really can't see it that well myself from here. And if I can't see it that well, pointing it out on camera is going to be very difficult. Even if I do find it. There's a statue. I actually don't know too much about the stories associated with this particular house. There is one that had blue light emanating from the basement, and nothing was supposed to be there. It's a cool little house to check out, though. And of course, we're right next to the inn of 1863. Again, like I said, it's a fairly small area that has most of the known haunted buildings. Actually, we do have something else coming up ahead, the orphanage. We can stop by the orphanage. We might as well, since I'm already so far the way along. But before we do that, all right. This is the residue, or the remains after an automobile accident. After an automobile accident in which the car presumably came at a high rate of speed from down the hill here, around just to my left. You really can't see that well, the hill. We're going to try it, but yeah, you can see there's a slight hill upgrade. That's really about it. All right, we're going to come back around. But there was a blue and gray apparel store right here, and gift shop. Then right here you had the crystal wand. At the side door it has the wood there. That was the entrance to that place. And of course, people also lived here as well. Everyone that was a resident here got out safe. The driver did die, unfortunately. And that's what's left after the accident. And supposedly the car, it looked like, was literally standing straight up on the front end as it exploded. Well, that's later on what was left. All right, let's go up and check out the orphanage. If you check out the orphanage, mind you, this is after the Civil War, but there are some stories associated with it. Unfortunately, I don't know too many of them. All right. This building, I believe, was the dorm building during the time of the orphanage. And this building right here actually was the school. Currently, you have people probably living in the upper, this one right here. People were living right here last I knew, but now it's obviously a shop or two. The one to the left, oh wait, there's a shop to the left, certainly. To the right, I'm not sure, actually. The right half. And there is a cool tour associated with that, out of this building right here. It operates out of that building. But remember, you're going through the schoolhouse, not the actual orphanage. There's a sign up we'll get here at the end. If we can get it here. National Soldiers Orphanage Homestead. I think it says 1866. So it's just after the Civil War, actually. All right, well, that concludes my little walking tour. I hope you enjoyed it. Feel free to leave any comments down the road. I tried to keep the camera as steady as I could. Sorry for anybody in that regards. And our next guest, not this Tuesday, but next Tuesday. That will be, March 20th, I believe. Or no, wait. 670. March 23rd, excuse me. Will be Stephen Stroyford of the Coalition of Critical Thinking. So that should be a good episode as well. So thank you for watching, and have a good day.